Hello, my dear L5 students. How are you? Fine. How many are present today? Only one is present right now. Where are others? Anyway, so what did we discuss yesterday? Could you remember? Why? Why were you absent yesterday? Okay, no problem. So from yesterday we started practicing the questions which were asked in SEE, previous SEE, right? So yesterday we discussed from the chapter force, and today we will be discussing from the chapter pressure. Okay? Yeah, 1 mark question, 2 marks question, 3 marks question, and 4 marks question. And there we will be discussing numerical problem also. So, did you check in messenger group what it was given today? You didn't check. So I just gave the different questions like 1 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks, and 4 marks. Good. Still they are coming. It's good. Neeraj, did you check the questions of today? Did you check the questions or not? Roshan? He also didn't check. Oh. Alright, and where is Biru? Where is Biru gone? Biru is missing. Oh, he's coming. Good, good. Alright, so let me share the screen and discuss the questions. Are you ready? And you must have calculator. Show me your calculator. Okay, good. Neeraj, where is your calculator? Roshan? Roshan, where is your calculator? He is showing finger. Why? You are showing Neeraj's calculator. You must use your own. And Biru, where is your calculator? Biru, where is your calculator? Biru, he doesn't have calculator, I think, or he might have gone to manage it. Okay, shall we begin now? Let me share the screen. Okay, questions are like this. So students, SEE, can scanner, SE PDF, and we'll be checking now. Okay students, so these are very short answer questions, and what do? We will do odd, even in that way. Can you hear me? Question number 1 is very short type questions. We will be discussing all odd, short type, even in that way. Okay. Question number 1. Write the name of any two machines based on the Pascal's law. What are the answers? Any two machines based on the Pascal's law are hydraulic brake, hydraulic press. Okay? Or you can write hydraulic lift also. Now, question number 3. Name two instruments which can be constructed on the basis of Pascal's law. Same question. Yes or no? So you can write hydraulic brake, hydraulic press. Same answer. Question number 5. What does the question say? State the law of flotation. How do you state it? Law of flotation states that a floating body displaces liquid equal to its weight. A floating body displaces liquid equal to its weight. That is the answer of question number 5. My dear students, I think you are writing very fast. You have to practice it. Number 7. Name 2 instruments that are based on the law of flotation. Name 2 instruments that are based on the law of flotation. You can write the 2 instruments based on the law of flotation are ship, S-H-I-P, ship. Next one, you can write hydrometer, H-Y-D-R-O-M-E-T-R, hydrometer. Next, there is given instrument, so you can write lactometer. What is spelling? L-A-C-T-O-M-E-T-R. Lactometer, hydrometer. If you write that is okay. I said ship also. Question number 9. Question is, what is upthrust? You know the definition? The definition is, when an object is immersed in a liquid, then it experiences an upward force which is called upthrust. When an object is immersed in a liquid, then it experiences an upward force which is called, what do you call it? Upthrust. You know the other name of upthrust is buoyant force. What is it? Buoyant force, right? B-U-O-Y-A-N-T. Okay, students, now we are in question number 11. What does the question say? Same question, means what is upthrust? Actually, we have chosen the questions which were asked in previous SE. That's why questions are repeated time and again. These are of 1 mark questions. If so, we'll go to question number 13. We'll read question number 13. Yes. Write a condition in which the object having more density than liquid floats on the liquid. So what is the condition? The condition is when the object displaces liquid equal to its weight. When the object displaces liquid equal to its weight. Okay? Even if the object's density is more, if it displaces liquid equal to its weight, then it floats on the liquid. Now students, we are in question number 15. What does the question say? It is easier to lift a heavy stone inside the water than in air. Why? Why is it easier to lift a stone inside the water than air? The answer is, it is easier to lift a heavy stone inside the water than in air because the upthrust exerted by water is more than that of air due to more density. The upthrust exerted by the water is more than that the air due to more density. We know density and upthrust are directly proportional to each other. Okay, all 5 students, shall we go to question number 17? Number 17 says, what difference is observed if an egg is immersed in pure water and in concentrated salt solution? Write with reason. So, if an egg is immersed in pure water and in concentrated salt solution, it sinks in pure water and floats in concentrated salt solution. Sinks in pure water and floats in concentrated salt solution because the density of concentrated solution is more than that of pure water. Okay, students, now we will go to short type questions. Here we will be discussing even numbers, means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, etc. This question is based on differences between, so you need to make an attractive table. Question is write two differences between Archimedes principle and principle of flotation. Archimedes principle and principle of flotation. So left hand side write down Archimedes principles, right hand side principle of flotation. Archimedes principle states that, in number 1 you have to write the statement, states that when a body is partially or completely immersed in a liquid, when a body is partially or completely immersed in a liquid, then it experiences an upthrust. It experiences an upthrust which is equal to the weight of liquid displaced by its immersed part. It experiences an upthrust which is equal to the liquid displaced by its immersed part. Okay. Now next one is law of flotation or principle of flotation. States that when a body displaces liquid equal to its weight, when a body displaces liquid equal to its weight, then it floats. Second point, Archimedes principle is applicable for both sinking and floating body. Archimedes principle is applicable for both sinking and floating body. And principle of flotation is applicable for floating body only. Or students, you can write third point. In Archimedes principle, of thrust is not equal to weight of the body. In Archimedes principle, of thrust is not equal to weight of the body. And in principle of flotation, of thrust is equal to weight of the body. So now we will be discussing question number 4. Hydraulic brake press is called force multiplier. Why? Hydraulic press is called force multiplier because when small amount of force is applied in small piston, when a small amount of force is applied in small piston, then it is multiplied many times, as a result more force is exerted on the load load. As the area of big piston is many times area of small piston. Area of big piston is area of small stone. Okay. Now we are in question number 6. A ship sinks more when extra load is added to it. Why? A ship sinks more when extra load is added to it. Why? A ship sinks more when extra load is added to it because its weight increases. Its weight increases and it has to displace more amount of water to float in it. Okay, students. Now question number 8. Write two differences between force and pressure. As usual, you have to make very attractive table. Left hand side force, right hand side pressure. And left hand side what can write? Definition. What is the definition of force? The external agent which changes or tends to change the position of a body. The external agent which changes or tends to change the state of a body from rest to motion or vice versa. Pressure. The force acting per unit area is called pressure. SI unit of force is Newton. SI unit of pressure is Pascal. So if you complete the table, that is much better. Now let's go to question number 10. Iron ball sinks in water but not in mercury. Why? Here we have to remember the density of iron and water and mercury. So you can write the answer now. Iron ball sinks in water because the density of water is less than that of iron ball or iron. Density of water is less than that of iron and the iron ball experiences less of thrust than its weight. Iron ball experiences less of thrust than its weight. Second part, iron ball floats in mercury or iron ball does not sink in mercury. You can write iron ball does not sink in mercury because the density of mercury is more than that of iron. The density of mercury is more than that of iron and the iron ball experiences more of thrust than its weight. Iron ball experiences more of thrust than its weight. Students, now we are discussing question number 12. Question says the relative density of aluminium is 2.7. What does it mean? In this case, we have to remember the definition of relative density. Students, what is the definition of relative density? Definition of relative density is the ratio of density of the substance to density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade, isn't it? So its answer, the relative density of aluminum is 2.7, means the ratio of density of aluminum to density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade. Density of aluminum to density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade is 2.7. Second question. Walking barefooted on gravel road is difficult. Why? This is the question. Gravel road, there are small pebbles, so which has got less area and exerts more pressure. So that relation we have to show. Okay. Walking barefooted on gravel road is difficult because there are presence of gravel which has less area and exert more pressure. Less area and exert more pressure. Students, now let's go to number 14. You can check in the screen. I have already shared. The question is, ship can carry more load in seawater than in river water. Why? So you have to remember the density of seawater and river water. Okay. So let's write the answer in this way. Seawater has more density than that of pure water or river water. Seawater has more density than river water due to presence of different types of salts. Ship experiences more of thrust in seawater. Ship experiences more upthrust in seawater due to more density and can carry more load. But in river water, it experiences less upthrust and can carry less load. Okay, question number 14 is over. Now we'll go to question number 16. Question number 16 says, why is it easier to pull a bucket of water from the well until it is inside the water but difficult out of water? Bucket inside the water, easy. Outside water, difficult. Answer, we know that the density of water is more than the density of air. Density of water is more than the density of air. The bucket of water experiences more of thrust in water than the air. afterwards. Hence, it is easier to pull a bucket of water from the well until it is inside the water, but difficult out of water. Okay, students. Now we are discussing some other questions. What are they? Question number 18. Question number 18 says, prove that hydraulic press is an effort multiplier. Prove that hydraulic press is an effort multiplier. Okay, open your book. I will just tell you the page number, so you can do this one. Page number 33. Page number 33 is given if a force F1 is applied at piston P1, the pressure exerted at any point on it is given by P1 equals to F1 A1. There is one diagram of hydraulic machine, and you have to write up to, thus a hydraulic machine is a force multiplier. Okay, page number 33, there is one formula derivation. It's shown there. A2 by A1 equals to F2 by A1. If A2 is greater than A1, then F2 is greater than F1. Thus, a small force can be used to exert a much larger force. So, hydraulic machine is a force multiplier. Okay, page 33. Now we are in question number 20. Question number 20 says, name the force applied perpendicularly on unit area. The force applied perpendicularly on unit area is called pressure. What do you call it? Pressure. Write two factors that affect it. So the two factors that affect it are applied force and area occupied. Applied force and area occupied. Students, now question number 22. Write two conditions for a substance to float on liquid. Two conditions for a substance to float on liquid are, first of all, density of the substance should be less than the density of liquid. Density of the substance should be less than the density of liquid. Number second, the weight of the substance should be equal to weight of the displaced liquid. Weight of the substance should be equal to weight of the displaced liquid. These are the two conditions. Okay. Okay, students. Now we are in last number of short questions. You have already read the question. What is it? An iron pin sinks in water, but a ship made of iron floats on it. Why? See, both of them are made up of iron, but one floats, another sinks. One is small, sinks, which is very big, floats. What's the reason? So we'll write your answer in two sentences. So after 10 minutes it may go, so don't worry, again you can join. An iron pin sinks in water because the water displaced by it is less than its weight, or the amount of water displaced by it is less than its weight. Okay. Second, a ship made of iron floats on water. A ship made of iron floats on water because it displaces water equal to its weight. Displaces water equal to its weight. So students, while solving these questions, Some questions will come of repetition also. So if they are repeated, I'm not going to tell again because once again we going to discuss it. But you have to write. How many times you write, that much confidence you will develop. Now long type questions. Question number 1. Density of some substances is given in the table. Study the table and answer the following questions. Substances X, Y, Z. Their density is given. X 11 gram per cm cube or per cubic centimeter. Y 8 gram per cubic centimeter. Z 0.9 gram per cubic centimeter. First question. Which substance will have least volume if equal masses of all are taken? Least volume. So here we have to remember the relation between density and volume. What is the relation? Directly proportional, inversely proportional? Inversely. So the substance which has more density, least volume. Less density, more volume. See, the air which is present in one room has got more density, or iron present in that room is more density? Definitely iron. Because, and next thing, even if the density is less, it can occupy more volume. Okay, let's do this one. Which substance will have least volume if equal mass of all are taken? So, substance X will have least volume if equal masses of all are taken. Finished. Second question is, which substance will have the least mass if equal mass volume of all are taken? Which substance will have the least mass if equal volume of all are taken? So, here, which has least density, least mass. Because density and mass are directly proportional to each other. So, substance Z will have the least mass if equal volume of all are taken, because mass and density are directly proportional to each other. So, questions, last portion you can add, volume and density are inversely proportional to each other. First one, lastly you can add, volume and density are inversely proportional to each other. In second, mass and density are directly proportional to each other. Now third question, which one will float on water? What do you think? Which one will float? X, Y or Z? Substance Z floats in water because its density is less than that of water. Because its density is less than that of water. We know density of water is 1 gram per cm cube and density of Z is here 0.9. I think it is ice. Okay. Now students, we are in question number 3. Question is like this. Hydraulic press is called an instrument for multiplication of force Y. Observe the given diagram and answer the following questions. Which object displaces water equal to its weight to give reason? Write density of Z object in SI unit, it is said. Okay. First of all, first question's solution. Hydraulic press is called an instrument for multiplication of force Y. Answer. The hydraulic press is called an instrument for multiplication of force because when small amount of force is applied on it, it is multiplied into many times and the load can be lifted easily. It is multiplied into many times and load can be lifted easily. Now, next question. Here are objects X, Y and Z. You can see object Y is sinking at the bottom. Object Z is immersed and object X, some portion lies inside liquid and some outside. So, which object displaces water equals its weight? Give reason. Substance Z displaces water equal to its weight because it is floating on it. It is floating on the liquid. Write density of Z object in SI unit. If it is floating, then its density is, I think this is pure water. What is the density of pure water? The density of pure water is 1000 kg per meter cube. What is it? 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, and density of Z is also same. Students, now we are in question number 5. In question number 5, here is one diagram of hydraulic machine, small piston, large piston, right? Question is, define pressure. What is the definition of pressure? So pressure is defined as force per unit area. Second question is, study the given diagram and answer the following questions. What is the name of these instruments? So you can write this, the name of this instrument is hydraulic machine. You can write hydraulic machine. On which principle does it work? Obvious, it works on the principle of Pascal's law. Principle of Pascal's law. And state the principle. In easy way, you can state Pascal's law. What does Pascal's law state? Liquids transmit pressure. Liquids transmit pressure equally in all direction. Equally in all direction. So, alpha students, we have discussed 1 mark question, 2 marks question, 3 marks question. Now we are discussing 4 mark question, very long type of questions. I said this is the time to discuss. What to discuss? Archimedes principle 1. Okay. So here we will be discussing first one because this first, let's see what is given. One diagram is given, the diagram of Archimedes principle. You take it, study the given figure and answer the following questions. So I think 40 minutes time is already gone. So this is Zoom software and we are using basic. For basic, after 40 minutes the session expires and we have to join again. We have to join again. So I am sharing the screen. So students are also joining. Yes, already joined. Oh, it's gone. So back start meeting is here. I was doing, but what did I do? I ended the meeting. So while pressing, air goes here and there. So let me share the screen. Screen is like this. And what does it say? It's loading. Some people, they have already come. How many are there? Two, they are just sending the request. Okay, the first is already discussed, second already discussed, third. So students, we are discussing this question, very long type of questions. What is given here? Diagrams are given. So an object, I think this is, what is this? A stone was weighed in air, later immersed in water, some liquid displaced. Okay, study the given figure and answer the following questions. What is the mass and weight of stone in air is said? You have to calculate mass and weight. I hope you are paying attention. So students, to find the weight, first of all find the weight. Weight of the stone in air equals to, how to calculate? Weight in water plus weight of displaced water. So weight of the stone in air equals to 15 Newton plus 5 Newton, remember. So 15 plus 5, 20 Newton. Weight you calculated, right? Now what to calculate? You have to calculate the mass. Mass of the stone in air equals to weight by acceleration due to gravity, that is 20 by 9.8, because acceleration due to gravity on the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. So use the calculator and get the answer in kg. Now second question. How much of thrust is exerted on the stone? How much of thrust is exerted? So remember, of thrust is equal to weight of displaced liquid. So of thrust equals to 5 Newton. Last question. In which principle this experiment is based on? Very easy. This experiment is based on Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle. And you can state the principle. Archimedes principle states that when a body is wholly or partially immersed in a liquid, then it experiences an upthrust which is equal to the weight of displaced liquid, equal to the weight of displaced liquid by its immersed part. Students, now we will be discussing some numerical problems. First, number 1. An object weighs 20 Newton in air and 60 Newton in liquid. Answer the following questions. 20 Newton in air, 60 Newton in liquid. What is the upthrust of the liquid on the object? Upthrust means weight in air minus weight in liquid. So 20 Newton minus 60 Newton equals to how much Newton? 4 Newton. So upthrust of the liquid on the object is 4 Newton. Second part. What is the weight of the displaced liquid? The weight of the displaced liquid and upthrust are equal. The weight of the displaced liquid is 4 Newton because upthrust and weight of displaced liquid are equal. So now we are not going to do all questions. Students, now next thing, what am I going to guide you? Let me check here. Number 11. Number 11, will you see? Question says, If cross-sectional area of piston A is 40 cm square and that of piston B is 4 m square, what load is necessary on the piston B to balance 600 Newton force kept on piston A? Once let's remember, what is the formula obtained from Pascal's law? Yes, that's right. P1 equals to P2, or F1 by A1 equals to F2 by A2. That is the formula. So first you mark 40 cm square is A1, 4 m square is A2. Then what is 600 Newton? F1. And what to calculate? F2. We check whether the units are same or not. A1 is 40 cm square, A2 is 4 m square. One is m square, another is cm square, means they are not of same unit. So simply you change A1 to m square. How to change? A1 equals to 40 by 100 multiplied by 100. 10,000 m square. 40 by 10,000 m square. You write down. It comes in decimal point. A2. F1 is already given. F2 you have to calculate. What is the formula? Formula is F1 by A1 equals to F2 by A2. Quite easy question. So students, these numerical problems are mainly based on F1 by A1, F2 by A2, and next thing, Pascal's law, etc. Now, here is one question. Lastly, number 14, we are going to discuss. What does the question say? Write two factors that affect liquid pressure. Can you see the two factors which affect liquid pressure? The two factors that affect liquid pressure are, you remember the formula, P equals to H rho G or HdG. Means the two factors that affect liquid pressure are height or depth of liquid column and density of liquid. Okay. Height or depth of liquid column, density of liquid. Next is given, what is given? The different weight of an object on weighing in three different media: pure water, solution of salt water, and air are given in the table. Study and answer the given questions. Media X, Y, Z, weights 25 Newton, 20 Newton, 15 Newton. So, among X, Y, Z, which one is air, which one is salt solution, which one is water? Students, remember, the substance having least density shows more weight, and more density shows less weight. So here, highest weight in X, least weight in Z means X is air, Y is water, Z is salt solution. Finish. Simply write X, air, Y, water, Z, salt solution. Second question, what is the weight of water displaced by the body in pure water? So how to calculate? Weight of displaced water means weight in air minus weight in pure water. So weight of displaced water equals to 25 Newton minus 20 Newton. Means 5 Newton. But if the question is said, what is the weight of water displaced by body in salt solution? Obviously, 25 Newton minus how much Newton? 15 Newton. Then how much does it come? The value comes altogether 10 Newton, right? Okay, students. Now you can unmute your audio and you can show your video also. Like Rajak is there, Viru, where are you? King Terodai, where King Terodai? Good. And who is next? Akriti Thapa. Where is Akriti Thapa? She is also missing. So Rajaki, shall we begin from the beginning? Like how many questions answer you have written? You can read a bit loudly. Rajaki's turn. Others listen carefully. Okay. Now Neeraj, your turn.
Any two difference between Archimedes' principle and non-rotation are Archimedes' principle. It states that when a body is partially or wholly immersed in liquid, then it expands and obtrusts which is equal to weight of liquid displaced by law of rotation. It states that weight of floating body is equal to weight of liquid displaced by Archimedes' principle is applicable for both sitting and floating bodies. Law of rotation is applicable for floating body. Hydraulic press is called force multiplier because when a small amount of force is applied on a small piston, then it is multiplied many times. As a result, more force is exerted on the load, and the area of big piston is many times than the area of small piston. A ship sinks more when extra load is added to it because its weight increases and it has to displace more amount of water to float in it.
Yeah, students, you can check whether what he is saying is correct or not. Okay, you have to check your answer also. Okay, continue, Neeraj.
Force, the external agent which changes the state of body either from rest to motion and vice versa is called force. Pressure, the force acting per unit area is called pressure. The SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of pressure is Pascal.
Okay. Okay, Neeraj, now let's give chance to Roshan. Roshan, your turn now.
The density of water, iron balls sink in water because the density of water is less than that of iron, and the iron ball explains the less of thrust in heat. Weight, iron ball float on the mercury because the density of mercury is more than that of the iron, and the iron ball explains the more of thrust in heat. Weight, the rate density of the aluminum is 2.7 means the ratio of density of aluminum to density of pure water at 4 degrees Celsius is 2.7. Working bars put on the gravel road in the difficult because there are pieces of gravels which at the least area and accept more pressure. Sea can carry more load in seawater than in river water because seawater has more density than river water.
Okay, now Viru, your turn.
Different type of spark.
Viru.
Hydraulic brake is called force multiplier because when a small amount of force is applied to it, it multiplies many times and make the load to lift easier. Answer. Pressure is. So, question number.
Okay, students. What are we doing nowadays? We are doing from chapter wise. So please make routine of other subjects also and science also. Not only these questions, you have to practice more. So if you manage the time, if you write continuously, then nothing is impossible. Everything becomes possible. So try, do your best, and deserve better marks. So today this much. We will meet tomorrow at the same time and with same spirit. Okay? And thank you and bye bye. Bye bye.